up them poles on them, birdie.
Yo, we're back. Y'all know the vibes. We're just gonna chop it up, talk about week 18. The playoffs are here. Light your spliffs, spike your L's. We gonna have some fun. Like I said, it's playoff football, baby. So in the comments, tap in. If you're in the comments and you haven't already, make sure you go to facebook.com/StreamYard. Give it the access to show your name. Otherwise, it'll just say Facebook user in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share, and we're going to get busy. We're going to talk about the Week 18 playoff scenarios, standout performance over the year, possibly game of the year, our rookies of the year, defense and offensive players of the year, sleeper picks for the Super Bowl, our Super Bowl predictions, and if we have time, we'll do like top 3 at each position of the season. I know the college football championship is tonight, the Natty. So we'll try to get out of here before 7:30 because obviously I know most people are going to be tapped into that. But other than that, let's chop it up. I got Billy and Isaac with me.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Thanks for having me. First and foremost.
On the Cowboys end, we beat the shit out of the fucking Commandos, like I said we would. Nothing surprising there. I don't care what nobody says. Dak Prescott's my MVP. If we're talking about the quarterback with the best record, then yeah, I guess it's Lamar Jackson. Who played the best football this year? You can't argue it was Dak Prescott. You're crazy. Solidified the 2 seed. Playoffs got to run through Dallas. Hopefully we can get the Rams or one of those teams are going to end up seeing the Niners to do our dirty work, so we don't got to see those assholes. But
I'll be honest with you, dude. Nothing against Dallas, but the Rams are the one team in the NFC I don't want to see. We played them twice a year. Shanahan and McVay know each other all too well. That matchup scares the shit out of me. But as one matchup,
I think you guys see them, and we see. I think you guys see them, and the Cowboys end up seeing the Bucks. I personally got the Bucks over the Eagles. So here, let me actually bring this up.
You serious?
Yeah, that's an interesting take. I think Baker Mayfield needs to be healthy in order to give Tampa a chance, and there's no way he's gonna be miraculously healthy come next week.
It was the Bucks the way they were playing early on. I'd say yeah, but like over their last 2 weeks, we beat the shit out of them 2 weeks ago. They barely beat the Carolina Panthers. They didn't even score a touchdown. All starters were playing and everything. That was to win the division. You got to go out there and bust some ass and you beat the worst team 9-0.
It's playoff ball, bro. The Eagles are beat up. They lost fucking 3 of their last 4. They were supposed to have the easiest schedule in the NFL to close out their season. They should honestly have been the 2 seed. Like, That I think that locker room is in shambles. I don't think they fuck with Sirianni. So it's like,
No, I agree. There's
Yeah,
some stuff going on. But I said like if the Eagles, I feel like if they were to just see, if they would have seen anybody but the Bucks or Green Bay, I think they could take care of those two teams. Anyone else, it would have been bad.
all right, so let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Saturday at 4:30, you got Browns at Texans. This game's interesting as hell.
That's tough.
Um,
I like CJ, you know, because what he's doing this year, what that team has done. They went from 3 wins to division title, all that. I called this out, if you guys remember. And in the preseason, I called it out. This was going to be the most improved team. CJ was going to be the most ready quarterback in the draft, and it all happened. But it's that defense. I don't know, man. It's like, oh, that's tough.
yeah.
yeah. I got the Browns. Nothing against Houston. Joe Flacco got there off the couch and rejuvenated that entire organization. They're going to be healthy. They play AFC North football. I mean, they're used to games that are, 10-3 could be your final score. And they got the defense to back it. Now that offense is moving, it's hard to bet against Cleveland right now, man.
Yeah, their defense is serious. That defense is serious. I don't think you can overlook what Kevin Stefanski did with 3-4 different quarterbacks this year, winning games. You can't overlook that defense. I think the Browns are the best defense in the NFL. I don't think that's debatable.
I could agree.
But on the flip side, you got a young, hungry coach. You got a bunch of young guys flying around. The Texans look good. I don't know. It's gonna be a good game. I think the Browns, the fact that the Browns just got more vets, I think year before, you know what I mean? I think something's gonna turn in Cleveland. I got the Browns in this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans win like a 24-23 game.
I personally feel like if there's a secondary that's going to give CJ Stroud problems, it's Cleveland's. Cleveland's secondary is nasty.
It's the real deal for real.
I feel like I can't pick this one yet. I have to see later on into the week what comes with these teams with injuries, what's going on. Like this is a close one to call for me, so I don't know. But I'd say Browns based off the season and shit. I would go with the Browns right now. Yes.
It was 36-22 without CJ Stroud the last time they played. CJ Stroud's on the field. Think you eliminate a touchdown, add a touchdown each. Yeah, it's gonna be a close game, bro. But yeah, I think I got Browns in that one.
Same.
There's another interesting one. Why the hell it's on Peacock, I don't know. But Dolphins play the Chiefs in Arrowhead at 8 p.m. on Saturday night. Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City.
Dolphins had a great year, but I think Patty's gonna get it done, bro. He's gonna get it done. Like their question mark is their offense. That's what they always
Can we
good at.
Just think about like, bro, the NFL scriptwriters snap because you got the Browns versus Texans, that whole Deshaun Watson bullshit, the trade, CJ Stroud playing pretty much essentially what they traded Watson for. Then you got the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. You got Tyreek Hill going back to fucking Kansas City. Kansas City, all the question marks at wide receiver. Then you got Steelers, Bills. No one really cares about that one. Packers, Cowboys. We didn't forget it. Dez caught it. You know what I mean? Mike McCarthy's going back. The Packers have eliminated from the playoffs like 4 times since like 2012. So that's another big game. And then this one is absolutely insane. You got Rams and Lions, Stafford and Goff, the trade there. And then Monday night, Eagles and Bucks.
Did you hear about like the Lions and Rams game? Like the tickets are going. The cheapest ticket is 600. They broke the record with ticket pricing, and it's almost double more than any
That's
other
crazy.
playoff game now. Yeah, everybody wants to go see that. The quarterbacks and stuff. That's going to be the one to watch this week for sure.
Well, Shane, let me ask you, with all those scripts that you're talking about, what is the biggest? What do you feel is the biggest one? Like
Biggest one.
whether it's a fairy tale story, whether it's whatever. I mean,
I think it's got to
mine
go. I think
wouldn't
it's got
see
to
it
be
until the
Rams
second
Lions.
round.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Rams Lions.
For one, Billy, like, all right, you trade and Stafford goes get his Super Bowl. But what if now, like, Golf beats you and Golf can go there? Golf
Get
went and
his,
didn't get his Super Bowl, but what if he can go and get a Super? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot to prove. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or what if he
and
Right.
gets
then
some? That's
and then
just
behind that, I would have to go Packers Cowboys because Mike McCarthy knocked out the Cowboys like three times in his career, 3-4 times in his career with the Packers. He's going back now on the flip side. And like I said, we've had so many heartbreaking losses to the Packers, bro. Like you look at Dak's rookie season, Dak drives down the field, gives us the lead. There's like 50 seconds left. Aaron Rodgers goes 80 yards and we lose. And then obviously, like I said, everybody knows about the catch with Des Bryant.
Yeah. I mean, first round of the playoffs, I gotta go Lions Rams, 100%. But I think the biggest script, if you would, for the playoffs is Joe Flacco with a chance to go to the Super Bowl on Cleveland against Baltimore. If they win this game, that writes itself.
yes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a big one.
So I think that's absolutely crazy.
Anyway,
But-
back to Dolphins Chiefs.
They would play him as long as 6 or 7 don't win. Yeah, they would see it. Crazy.
Yeah, back to Dolphins Chiefs though.
I'm not betting against Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes at home in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I agree.
Not
I think the
not
fact
first
that
round anyways.
I think the fact that the Dolphins are so banged up right now, Jalen Waddle with the high ankle sprain, and you look at both of their edge rushers out for the season. You know what I mean? Like the Dolphins are a good
I do
team.
want to see them go further.
Yeah, Dolphins are a good team. McDaniel's a good coach, but like the chips just didn't fall their way. I think Pat Mahomes finds a way. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's playoffs football. It's Andy Reid, just like Billy said. So,
Yeah.
gonna be a bunch of State Farm commercials. Bunch more
That's
State
it.
Farm commercials.
Yeah.
See, I think that this is probably one of the best defenses he's had too, Pat Mahomes. So
Yeah,
all he
his
would do
receivers
is
has got to. His
that
receivers has
offense,
got to stand up.
and I think he will. I think Kelsey's gonna go the fuck off. They're gonna pick it up. Like Rasheed Rice is gonna Pacheco. Like they're gonna pick it up.
Playoff ball. So
Yeah.
is that unanimous Chiefs? We went unanimous Browns, unanimous Chiefs, right?
Yeah. I got Chiefs.
All right. So next you got Steelers Bills, 1 p.m. on Sunday. I don't even think the Steelers belong in the playoffs, to be honest. Defense is cracked out though.
This is closer than
So they lost TJ Watt. He's probably not playing.
That hurts.
Yeah, absolutely it hurts. You got to go Bills. But I'll say this: the same thing I said about Andy Reid, bro. It's a Mike Tomlin led team. That's as stingy of a team as you're going to see in the goddamn playoffs. Is them Steelers. Whether you believe think they deserve to be there or not, they're there. So
you're not gonna score your average.
I did see though that the Steelers are averaging like 30 points per game since Mason Rudolph's been starting.
Oh, he's playing conservative, just doing what he has to. It's just
that hit to the helmet from Myles Garrett 2 years ago. He finally recovered and started playing smart QB play.
I think I got to go Bills. The Bills are a hot football team right now. They're finding a way to win. I think they find a way.
Are the Bills the hottest team in the league right now? Are the Bills the hottest team in the league right now?
I think them, the Rams, and non-biased, I think the Cowboys, bro. All of our starters just pretty much played a full game. Like we're buzzing.
So what's wrong with TJ Watt? Like, if he for sure.
MCL
MCL
sprain.
grade 2
Grade 2
MCL
MCL
sprain.
sprain. Yep.
Yeah, then I got Bills because if not, like Josh Allen does make a lot of mistakes. And he was playing, like he can force a lot of mistakes. So, but yeah, without him,
Yeah.
Q said, "Ew, you like the Pats?" To Mensa. Mensa said, "Pack." Mensa said, "Pack Billy up." He's saying Steelers.
No, Bills. I just think,
Yeah, I gotta go
you
Bills.
know, it wouldn't surprise me if this was a 17-13 game. And that's the stinginess and the Steelers and Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin's been here before. So is McDermott. So is that Bills team. That's pretty much the same exact Bills team that's been in the playoffs the last 3 years. You know what I mean?
4-time AFC champs defending after last night's game.
So. I gotta go Bills.
yeah,
Unanimous
I
Bills.
don't think Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't think Pittsburgh has enough.
All right, next we got Packers, Cowboys at 4:30 prime time. They gave us Tony Romo. Thank God. I'm tired of fucking Greg Olsen. Actually, this Fox does. Nah, damn it. God damn it. We got Greg Olsen again. Not that he's a bad analyst. I'm just tired of hearing this dude's voice.
I think the Cowboys. I think we're going to see where Jordan Love truly is as an NFL starter. But Dallas is clicking right now on all cylinders.
Yeah. I think we send a lot at him. I like the Packers receiving core. I'm not gonna lie, their young receiving core, they're solid, but you give me Stephon Gilmore, Deron Bland, Jordan Lewis, Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, and Jaron Kearse against that any day of the week. I'm not worried at all. Don't get me wrong, the Packers do have the ability to come out here and shock us and make it a close game, but truthfully, if the Cowboys show up and play Cowboys football the way they've been playing at home, we're gonna beat them by 20+ points.
I want to expect the offensive explosion. I think this is a heavy Tony Pollard run game that Green Bay is going to struggle with, and Dak isn't going to have to throw the ball 35 times.
Yeah, I mean, we have to find that identity running. That's the biggest question mark.
A little too late for that. You're in the playoffs there, dog.
Yeah, I know, but if you look at... Go ahead, Isaac.
I said the Packers aren't as good as you think, honestly, bro. I don't think they really should have made it. I don't know. Whoever made the team, they would have got packed up. Yeah, y'all gonna blow them out.
I think we have good running backs, you know what I mean? But the Cowboys still haven't found like a true running identity. We finally got a little bit on the ground last week, you know what I mean? Tony Pollard should be finding the end zone more. We definitely missed Zeke in the red zone, but
that's McCarthy's MO though. He's done that his entire career.
That's the thing though. Dak is in killer mode, and we're throwing to open up the run anyway. So I really don't care. As long as 4's on the field, we're cool. And personally, I mean, if you look back, and this is just me being non-biased, and you could just correct me if I'm wrong, but Dak and CeeDee Lamb are the hottest quarterback receiver combo going into the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
it's not even close.
Yeah, I agree. CeeDee's going fucking nuts.
I mean, yeah, you got to put Tua and Tyreek up there. You got to put Dak and CeeDee.
Yeah, Tua been throwing mad picks lately. But his connection with Tyreek is bad.
I mean, I saw last week too. The Cowboys are doing like exit motions to like open up the run too. Like maybe this is just what McCarthy had in his bag, and he was just saving it. You know what I mean? Because that's what we've been missing. We've just been running fucking Tony Pollard between the tackles with no plan.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's possible. I think it's going to be a good game. That's probably the one that I'm most looking most forward to.
I think you see Kevontae Turpin pop like a trick play and end around, maybe like a go up the seam. Cavante Turpin's gonna have a big play in this game if it's not a punt or kick return.
Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys need any of that this week. I think round 2 of the playoffs, they're gonna need to dig into their bag. Because I personally have, a matchup that every NFC East fan wants to see in the playoffs the following week. So we'll see.
Not to mention, this is Jordan Love's first time there. He's been sitting on the bench every time that they were there. You know what I mean? And if you watch Dak's interview, they were like, "Where's your NFC East championship hat?" He's like, "I don't care about that. I want something more." Like if you really look at Dak's body language and listen to how he's talking, that boy is locked in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like this locker room. I like the way they're playing right now. I think we dropped a few games in the regular season that we should have won, but at the same time, I think that was necessary for the team's development. We got a lot of young guys out there. We have 2 linebackers that fucking pretty much don't even play linebacker that had 100 tackles this year quietly. Marquise Bell is a dog. He's not a linebacker, so there's times where you're going to see him get swallowed up in like trap game and shit like that, but he is a dog.
Yeah. I agree.
You guys get the turnovers, more DBs on the field and shit. Get the turnovers, but you might get fucked up in the run game.
Yeah. And the only thing that scares me is Gilly's shoulder injury. He separated his shoulder. They popped it back in, but he said he's fine. He said he's playing. So.
Mm. Yeah, it's a big injury.
That's unanimous, Cowboys.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Yeah. And then you got Rams. You got Rams, Lions.
This is the one.
I got Rams.
You got Rams.
Lions are too inexperienced. Yeah, Lions are too inexperienced. I think the Rams been there. They're healthy.
And go back to like you said, Dak and Steve's probably connection is the best, but like Matthew Stafford, he's playing the best with his whole core right now. Like everybody's eating, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Third receiver they got, I forget his name. He's even snapping. Higby's doing the same. Like even Tyron's catching out the backfield.
Mensa's going Lions. We'll get to that, Mensa.
Yeah.
Lions defense is okay, but they're getting CJ Gardner-Johnson back though. So
Mensa says Lions money line.
I personally have the Lions winning this. I did state that I don't want to see the Rams, but I think this means too much to Stafford that he comes out and doesn't play his best game. The Rams have Aaron Donald, right? But the Lions all year have shown you that they're going to beat you, in between, the tackle. They can sweep outside. They got the quick passes. Their play action game is disgusting. The Lions can make it very hard for Matt Stafford and the Rams offense to get on the field. And I think that's the difference come that playoff game.
Yep. The White Lion. Aiden Hutchinson, the White Lion.
It's like I try to look at both teams and you're like, all right, you look at DBs, you're like, all right, the Lions ain't got shit to hold what the Rams got. And then you look at the Lions that they ain't got shit to hold with the Rams receivers. Even with the Lions all around they're like the same team. Offense clicking, like from every position on the offense, defense, they can be good here and there, but not always consistent. So it's like I don't know.
This is the best true first round matchup.
I'm going with the Lions though because I'll give them a little edge because they're home and because Goff. I think Goff wants to prove this to them. Like Goff is the one who got traded. Remember, he was their quarterback. He's the one that got replaced, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl without him. So Matthew Stafford, he got his shit. He got what he wanted. He got up out of here. Got it. He don't got as much to prove as Goff does. And Goff's gonna prove that shit.
Y'all convinced me. I think I'm going Lions as well. I think this is a shootout, though. I think this is like I said, the best true first round matchup.
Nice. You see that, Isaac? We twisted his arm, bro.
All right, I'm going Lions. And then you got Eagles Bucks. It's a good one.
You got Eagles.
Why?
Bucks got the players and shit like that. They got the receivers and shit. They might have some big plays here and there because of the Eagles secondary and all that. But for real, like the Eagles, I think that they'll get back on their shit with their D line this game, and I do think their D line will play like how they're supposed to and how they should, like how they played earlier in the year. I think Eagles D line will get fucking pressure on Baker, make bad decisions and shit. Baker will fight a little bit in the series, but yeah, the Eagles are probably it's gonna be close too. No, I got Eagles.
Philly.
So I got Philly winning this game for a couple reasons, and this is assuming that Jalen Hurts' finger isn't too jacked up. He could grip the football. He could throw the football with no problems, because that would actually depend a lot. But if that's all good, Philly's the more talented team, and I hate the Philadelphia fan base for the most part. But there's something about professional Philly teams in the playoffs. They have that gear that most other, city or state teams don't have in the playoffs. The Phillies baseball, they're different in the postseason. Red October, right? Philly, I think, flips the switch and they forget about all the bullshit that they've gone through. And I by no means do they win this game convincingly. But I think their talent wins this game.
Nah, for me, this is the first one we're not going unanimous because I got the Bucks. For the simple fact that no, it's not even that. The simple fact that the Eagles are banged up. I don't care if it's the playoffs. It doesn't change the fact that their offense literally has 10 plays in it. Doesn't change the fact that when they line up, every NFL defense knows exactly what they're doing. Doesn't change the fact that you have to line up and make Jalen Hurts actually be a quarterback. Doesn't change the fact that they're missing Smitty. That AJ Brown is banged up. That defense is horrendous. The Eagles' defense is fucking terrible. Secondary is bad. And to me, Mike Evans is one of the most consistent receivers in the league. I'm high on Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield has a huge payday this offseason. Bucks defense is super suspect as fuck in the secondary as well. But like I said, I don't think the Eagles are really bought in. I think they're over this season. I think that locker room is in shambles. I think they're more caught up in what the media is saying and responding to the media than playing football. Just go on Twitter, and yeah, that's it.
So
I gotta go Bucks.
Okay, and that's fine. You want to talk about injuries, and I respect it. But Shane, let me ask you something. What's the most important position in football? Definitely on the offensive side, but arguably in the entire game of football, what is it?
Left tackle, quarterback.
Okay, so you're going to talk about the Eagles' injury list. Let's not forget that Baker Mayfield's nowhere near 100%.
Sure.
And you have you're going to see a different Hassan Reddick. That because for whatever reason Philly's able to flip that switch. Hassan Reddick, I'm saying right now, 3 sacks in that game.
Here's the thing, though. Here's my rebuttal to that. Here's the one thing that I fuck with the most about Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is a tough son of a bitch, man. I don't care how hurt he is. He's going to go out there and play, and he's going to play to a high level. That's the number one thing. That's one thing nobody can ever knock about Baker Mayfield. He is tough as hell. You look at his last year Browns. He was playing with like two broken ribs and a punctured lung out there hooping. And that's one of the number one things I loved about Romo. And Romo's my favorite quarterback ever. You know what I mean? My favorite Cowboy ever. So.
No, but Baker, yeah, he's tough or whatever. But like,
whereas like To me,
You're not throwing
Jalen's a
enough.
pussy. I don't like the way Jalen talks in interviews, the damn Instagram coach and shit like that. Like I don't think they fuck with. I don't think there's players on the team that fuck with Jalen. I don't believe in Jalen as a quarterback. Athlete, amazing athlete, probably a top 10 athlete in the NFL. Overall athlete, quarterback, mid as hell. One read quarterback, can't read a defense. No. Context matters. He had one good season, and his numbers as a quarterback weren't even impressive.
Yeah, they just have a more complete team. Like they're gonna have.
We're not shaking him on this one, bro. He's sold.
No, I know.
I'm going Bucks. Going Bucks. I think Baker's been here before. I think Jalen Hurts sees Vita Vea running at him one time. He gets them scared eyes and the happy feet, and from there it's over. Let's not forget that he's turning the ball over at the highest clip out of any quarterback in the NFL too, as well.
Do your homework though, because when Jalen Hurts gets out and runs, Philly's a different team. He's been sitting in the pocket knowing that they're going to be relying on that for a deep postseason run. And I bet you he has over 10 rushes. I'm not talking, QB sneaks. I'm talking 10 to 12 rushes, and that's 80 yards that Tampa's not ready to cover.
Philly did sit people. Like Tampa went out there
Yeah,
with their whole team on 9-0. Like they're not playing hungry or nothing. Like they want to win or anything, bro.
Or maybe they just didn't. They weren't putting that much in the game, bro. They were just playing to win, playing not to lose. Teams do that. You know what I mean? But to me, yeah, you're saying get out of the pocket, but same time, do your homework as well. Because if you look at the way, and you're a Niners fan, so you should know this, that the way that the Niners beat them is they forced him to get out of that pocket, and then he just plugged the A and the B gaps, and he had nowhere to escape. He's a different quarterback when he's forced to flow one way and has to throw the ball. That's why he's throwing across his body and turning the ball over.
So I'm gonna reference my Niners, and everybody thought, Colin Kaepernick, right? Hate the dude. But as quarterback in the playoffs against the Packers, he ran for like $190.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The Niners did not show that all season long. So they're like, oh, this dude's a pocket passer. We're going to take his reads away. And then playoffs came, and Jim Harbaugh was like, hey, go ahead. Leash is off. Have fun. Green Bay didn't have an answer for it. I'm not saying Sirianni's going to let him run the ball 20 times, but what I'm saying is they're going to sit there and be like, listen, there is no tomorrow. If we don't win, we're going home. Jalen Hurts, do what you got to do. And what you said is athleticism. That's where that kicks in. And I think it's going to be too much to handle for Tampa.
But to me though, at the same time though, if you look at what Philly's offense actually is, it's first of all, their best player is DeAndre Swift, and they don't even give him the ball. Secondly, their offense is literally RPO, Jalen Hurts keeper, screen pass, shot to AJ Brown, screen pass, Jalen Hurts keeper, run to DeAndre Swift, Jalen Hurts keeper, screen pass. They play lateral football.
So with football being the ultimate chess game, and I'm glad we're able to get into it because this conversation's awesome. Is that the Eagles' offense, or is that the Eagles' offense that they are showing all of us? Right? Because
why the hell?
Go ahead.
Why would they give up home field advantage like that?
Oh no! The locker room's a mess. But I'm saying once you were 10-1 and you pretty much wrapped up the playoffs by week 10 or like week 12. Does it matter? No, you're in the postseason. So now we can do very basic, not show nothing, and then I'm just saying I look at things from a different perspective.
My argument to that though would be if you look at the way the players are reacting, that's not something that was discussed. The players are tight. Everything you could tell that that's not the case because if that case, then they would just be like, all right, you know what I mean? Let's just get through this.
Because they price their arm.
And at the same time, the NFL's a business. You see how quick motherfuckers can get chopped up. I don't think anybody would just throw their job away that easily. In my opinion.
So the last thing I'm going to say about this game is I go back to the 2012 reference when Ray Lewis got hurt in the regular season, said, I'm going to be back. And Baltimore went on this stupid run, right?
Yeah.
You don't think Jason Kelce delivers a speech and says, fellas, this might be it. And that whole city, not team, that whole city is ready to stand up and be like, yo, this one's for Jason Kelce. They're a different team, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Philly sports in the playoffs, yeah, I agree. They stand up for their teams. I'm not arguing that. I just think what they put, I think if you look at their coach, I think Nick Sirianni is too arrogant to make himself look that bad willingly. That's just a fact. You know what I mean? I don't think he would do that. Motherfuckers walking down the Chiefs tunnel yelling at Chiefs fans. He's a head coach in the NFL. How about that, Chiefs fans? Yeah, no. He has the most punchable face in the NFL. No way in hell he did that, in my opinion. I understand what you're saying, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't think that's the case. I just think that's what they are. I think that's their offense. I think Brian Johnson doesn't belong being an OC. Because you got to think about it. They say he's known Jalen Hurts since he was mad little, right? And they're still not doing shit. You know what
so I mean? What does Shane come on here and say next week if Philly absolutely dog walks Tampa? You see different offense. You see playmakers being utilized properly, being involved, and you got to match up with Dallas the following week.
I will say Billy was right. I was wrong.
I mean, hey, I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. But I don't think Philly's going on.
Eagles are going to get out with the playoffs. Just a script.
And then when they come down to Dallas, I'll have a simple answer.
I think we need to move Lonzo. That ain't no problem. Huh? That ain't no problem.
What's your answer going to be?
I think we need to move Lonzo. That ain't no problem. Huh? That ain't no problem. Well,
who the fuck wants to see the Bucks?
That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
All right. Can you imagine what those ticket prices would go for? Philly, Dallas in the playoffs.
That's what the script is.
Because you'll see Micah come off the edge, and then you'll just be sitting there like,
oh, somebody, he needs some milk.
Jalen. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be, to me, the only team that scares me in the NFC is the fucking Niners. We're 4-2 against the teams in the NFC playoffs. In one of those games, we lost to the Eagles, and I don't even think we should have lost that game. We lost that game ourselves. So,
okay, all right. So, yep. Go ahead. Continue.
Off of that, though, we picked Browns to win, right? Chiefs to win, and Bills to win, which would leave the Browns playing the Ravens. Yep. And the Chiefs playing the Bills.
Yep.
I got Ravens.
I think we put that on pause and we come back next week. That's my opinion. Let's see let's let the games be played. Let's see where we come back to, and get another body or something on here and see. But I mean, that's something, that I think that championship game starts in about 10 minutes. We want to talk about MVP. We want to talk about awards, other stuff, whatever. I think we can go on for days just chatting it up, but that's me.
No, that's a fact. We could talk about MVP real quick. Who is your guys' MVP?
Lamar.
Realistically. Why?
Yeah, I know Dak's numbers is crazy, but bro, it's the NFL. I'm being realistic. Like, how there's a lot of people who got robbed for fucking MVPs hella years, but they're gonna give whoever has the best season. He's number one seed, all that, bro. He got stats to prove it. It might not be as good, but he got rushing.
So look, what if I told you this though, Isaac? Lamar Jackson's numbers are exactly almost comparable to Jalen Hurts' runner-up season last year. He was the runner-up, right? Dak Prescott's numbers are exactly comparable to the last year that Aaron Rodgers won MVP. So how are one numbers compared to a runner-up? And Jalen Hurts had the best record in the NFL that year when another quarterback's numbers are truly the best numbers. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but this is why. Because Lamar Jackson is undefeated against the top tier teams in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys are not.
That's a good answer. That I can hear.
They beat the Niners.
I don't.
They beat the Dolphins when they had to be number one. They beat them. They left no doubt in anybody's mind. And Lamar was running the show. Threw fucking 5 touchdowns this past week on Miami for number one.
But to me, how many of those games did Lamar Jackson solely win, or was it that defense? Because I can count about 8 games that Dak Prescott could have went out there and won because our defense was shit in the bed.
Yeah, their defense is great and shit. Oh yeah, that's part of why the team is so successful this year. But I mean, Lamar's doing his thing. Shit, he's still scoring too. I mean, shit. Like, look,
he put a crazy case.
His number one target goes down. Everyone probably thinks they're gonna start sinking and shit, but likely, he steps up and shit. He looks like he could do some things better than fucking Mark Andrews can. So
likely stuff.
Yeah, he is. MVP. I think there's I think it's close. I think there's a couple people that you can have in the conversation. McCaffrey, Tyreek, Lamar, Dak.
If you're throwing Tyreek in there, you better throw CeeDee Lamb in there because their numbers are almost identical.
By about 200 yards. And how many games did CeeDee miss this year?
I don't think Tyreek has 200 more yards than CeeDee. Does he?
Realistically, they're not going to take a
pull it up. I don't know. But Tyreek wins for what, 1,800?
Whichever non-quarterback has the best year, they're not going to win MVP. They're going to win Offensive Player of the Year.
That's got to be Christian McCaffrey. That's stupid. It's not even
the best quarterback's going to win MVP.
CeeDee Lamb got 1749.
Okay, wow. Okay, then, yeah. That's a lot closer. That's only about 100-yard difference. About 80, I'm thinking.
And he actually has 1,800 all-purpose. Over 1,800 all-purpose. And Tyreek has 1,799.
Okay, but Tyreek missed the game too, didn't he? So their yards per game are different.
Mm-hmm.
So
CeeDee Lamb has 9 straight games with a touchdown. He broke 6 different receiving records this year. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a lot closer than people are giving him credit for.
Yeah. They weren't talking about CeeDee going into week 18, in striking distance of an all-time receiving record. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from CeeDee by any means, but
CeeDee did have a top 10 season for a receiver statistically all time this year, though. It's not what Tyreek Hill did. He wasn't as close, but he did have a top 10 season of all time at the age of 24.
Well, yeah, but you're also, I think it was you yourself who said Dak's not even looking at any other receiver. He's literally just looking to pack stats. He's patting them up.
CeeDee Lamb's winning. CeeDee Lamb's winning. It's CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson are winning. That's the biggest change in Dak Prescott. So, like, what you just said is a big, like, point for me because my biggest knock on Dak was he was so big with Kellen Moore's, like, following the system. Kellen Moore's system was stupid as hell. You know what I mean? I think you're seeing more of Dak letting his nuts hang, and he's like, fucking, I'm going to my number one no matter what. You know what I mean? And you see good quarterbacks do that. When Tua, when he drops back, I don't know if you watch Hard Knocks, but Tyreek Hill walked up. He was like, come to me right now, Tua. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be open. Tua didn't even look nowhere. He dropped back through it right to where Tyreek Hill should have been. Boom, first down.
Yeah. But, I mean, the only thing I can say about that is good luck with that mentality in the playoff.
Oh well, yeah, but that's where guys like vets like
Mhm.
Brandon Cooks, who's a Super Bowl champion, come in. That's where Jake Ferguson, who I think is, I've already said it, I think he's emerging as a top 5 tight end in the league, and he's easily a top 5 rack tight end in the league. You can't show me another tight end that's doing what he's doing with the ball in his hands after he catches the ball. He looks like Travis Kelce. If you put them side to side, Jake Ferguson looks almost identical to Travis Kelce, and they both wear 87. It's weird. And Jake Ferguson's a better blocker.
Yeah, I mean that's another one. I think maybe after the playoffs we hop on and we break down a top 5 at every position and go from there. He's definitely moving up the ranks on my list for sure.
But I think if you're talking about the top 3 like true MVPs because of what they did this season, like for their team, it's got to be CMC, Tyreek, and CD.
For offensive player, it's a quarterback. It's Dak or Lamar. Personally, I don't think it's warranted, but I think Josh Allen's going to get a couple of votes. I don't think it's warranted, but
yeah,
the league is high. The script is high on Josh Allen.
You could go Pat Queen is snapping right now. Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith are snapping right now. You know what I mean? If you're really like breaking shit down, you go to the defensive side of the ball. Shit, you can make a case for DaRon Bland. I personally think DaRon Bland locked up Defensive Player of the Year though in the NFC.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, possible.
And I think AFC is gonna be Myles Garrett.
I don't know what like the pass rushers and shit.
Yeah. Who you guys got in the national championship real quick before we cut it off because we're getting close. People are gonna start tuning out.
Yeah, I got you. I got Big Ten.
Yes, sir. Coach Harbaugh, man. He's gonna get it done.
Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
You know how the ball, man. It's a big light.
You guys see how messed up my fingers are from playing football my whole life? Receiver? None of them are straight. But anyway, go Dogs.
All right. Michigan Big Ten is different.
Dogs. Michael Penix's gonna show you why he should be a first-round pick tonight. He's gonna make people forget about Tua, the left-handed dream.
Oh, he's gonna ball, but it ain't gonna be enough. That's just it.
But Blake Corum scares me. I hope Blake Corum's a Cowboy next year. Go get him, Jerry, in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Ooh,
you can't teach that balance. You can't teach that dog. I like Blake Corum. I want Blake Corum in Dallas.
You know who really?
Hard not to like him.
Shit, we might end up with Derrick Henry or Saquon though. I'm gonna say it right now. The Cowboys might end up with Derrick Henry or Saquon next year. Watch. Billy's like, nah.
We're gonna debate this one day, and we're gonna go at least 45 minutes to an hour, and you are not allowed to reference the Cowboys. Can't be done.
No, I can do it. I can easily do it. It's just, you see the shirt? It's playoff football, baby. See the triplets?
Yeah, that's it.
They terrorize your childhood, huh, Billy?
Yo, Billy, he be going missing.
What's that, Isaac?
When they lose in the playoffs, they be going missing.
Yeah, for about a week.
Yeah.
When they lose in the playoffs,
I deactivate my Facebook for a week.
You'll be safe this week. I already know. I got you safe this week.
Man, if the Packers beat us, check on me.
He's calling for help now, fellas.
Check on me.
No, I mean, you got an interesting. I mean, I've been saying it all season. The playoffs this year are going to be wild. AFC, NFC. What?
My bad. Go ahead. No, you can finish.
No, I'm just saying they're going to be interesting playoffs.
Cowboys going to be down 14-3. Dak's going to throw like a pick in like the first quarter. Final score is going to be like 35-17 Cowboys. My phone's going to be blowing up. Watch.
Or it goes the other way. Mike McCarthy blows another lead.
Yeah, that'd be insane. That'd be insane. I'd be sick.
Don't worry, we'll check on it.
Jordan Love do got that comeback gene in him though. He had like 5 comeback wins from behind this year.
Yeah.
That's fucking 18.
That's why we play the game.
I seen a
Fact.
commercial with the glasses on the helmet, the lens shit. Fuck.
That's all I got, Billy. Real quick before we cut off, why don't you give a shout out to like the stuff you're doing with the Mustangs podcast and shit, real quick? Is anybody watching?
Yeah, I mean we're on Facebook. Hazleton Mustangs semi-professional football. Right now we're going to be doing, getting to know the guys, doing a one-on-one interview type thing. For the people who aren't at practice with us, doing all that stuff, trying to get to know these guys outside of the football field. And once all those are done, we're going to be breaking down the matchup in the GFA. So head over there, check us out, and give us some feedback. Always looking to get better. So I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Isaac, you got any final words? Saints ass.
The stable. Yes, sir.
Bro, y'all gonna be like just like me soon. Watch. But no, I ain't got nothing to say. Watch football. Right?
Ready, Isaac? Cancun on 3. 1, 2, 3. No? Okay.
He dialed into that pregame already.
Yep. Go,
but no, I appreciate you guys having me. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll do another full show. We just wanted to hop on. We're gonna put the game on. I'm gonna put the game on, get cozy, roll up, get smoky.
Yeah.
But everyone stay safe, stay up, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll be back soon.
Later.